Okay.
Okay. Hi guys, just Matt Luxton here from FA Fitness and Blast Fitness Camps. What I wanted to discuss with you today is a question I've had a couple of questions on this recently, it's regarding stiffness, okay, and what you can do about it. So a lot of people are generally pretty stiff. They get to the weekend and they find that they try to do stuff and it affects them. So a lot of this comes from day-to-day living, okay, and I'm going to go through some of the main reasons why I think this happens and the things I see every day. So the first one was really touching on you need to stop working out, doing random training, random sessions, okay, doing random things without really having a plan, okay, and also having the underlying condition to do that. So commit to the plan and probably avoid these random acts that we see happening more and more prevalent now. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a little bit of variety, but I think it needs to be in a sort of planned environment to prevent these kind of problems. Move more often, okay, so try not to sit down for too long, okay. What this does is it negatively affects the position of your pelvis, so these muscles here get tight on the front and it just pulls the pelvis forward into what we call an anterior tilt. This then exacerbates the lower back, the curvature of the lower back, okay, and the vertebrae just bang together, become a little bit tighter like so, which compresses them, causes pain, okay. Don't just rely as well on being physically active, okay, outside of being sat down a lot, okay. There's been lots of studies recently that show that independent of how active you are, if you spend time sat down, the negative effects actually outweigh how active you are outside. So try to move as often as you can in that seated position. If you're somebody who likes to watch TV in the evening, okay, like most of us, then earn a bit of TV time, okay, by being active and doing things that are proactive, which help to undo the things which we've just talked about. So things that we've talked about are mobility matrices that we've put together in a specific order that help with that, but also going through little pelvic tilts, okay, those things. I'll put a video up of that for you as well, or just showing how to do those. So just earn your TV time with some proactive lower back care, and just making sure that you're addressing the issues we talk about. The third thing really is to do your strength training. So strength training is not exclusively limited to sitting on a stability ball and performing surface acts to improve your core. Okay, core training, the core basically is just a part of a whole system that we've got, which is surrounded by fascia, okay, and links all those muscles together. To do core exercises properly, okay, it requires a whole body approach. Okay. And to do that properly, you do that in a progressive manner, so you start with the more basic movements and move through, and obviously that comes hand in hand really with not doing random things, okay, and committing to a plan that's progressive. We find that 4 weeks works really, really well for most people. Obviously, depending on how far you want to take it, depends how long you need to do these for, but you keep going, progressing through. Pelvic tucks and wall slides are just two examples of other little, smaller, more subtle movements you can do to help you with that. Moving through into magnesium. Okay, magnesium is a natural muscle relaxant, also helps with sleep. Those of you who've read the Hot Trot Nutritional Plan, class 9, you will know about that. But magnesium, okay, very, very useful as a natural muscle relaxant. But again, remember that those things are only really useful if you're not bombarding your body with sugary drinks and those sorts of things, which cause lots of inflammation. But also, if you're not, you need to be doing these things as well. To help unlock some of the negative effects of contemporary living. Foam rolling and the tennis ball. So foam roller and tennis ball. Yeah, the tennis ball is really, really useful just for the lower back. You can roll up and down either side of the spine, okay, in line with the muscles. And the foam roller, phenomenal piece of equipment which basically helps to release the fascia. And the fascia is almost like you imagine a sausage. It's like the skin on the outside of the sausage. In the middle is the meat, the muscle, and on the outside you have the skin, the fascia. And that fascia is basically responsible for a lot of the neural signals from the brain passing through to the muscles. Faulty movement patterns, so people who have poor movement, okay, often have fascia which has little hypoxic areas in it which have been starved of oxygen. So the foam roller is very, very good at ironing those out. And I strongly recommend that you get one of those if you're somebody who either trains or suffers with a little bit of stiffness in the back, using it daily as well. Next thing I'll say is reduce sugar, so from sugar-sweetened beverages, those kind of things. Most people know that sugar is probably one of the most toxic things you can put in your body, but also secondly, causes a lot of inflammation, which is obviously linked with pain. Inflammation causing such issues as high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, those kind of things, damage to the inside of the arteries. So reducing sugar is only ever going to help with reducing pain and inflammation. Fish oils are the sort of thing you probably want to use with that, but also just making sure that before you start taking fish oil with your Coke, that you're getting rid of the Coke. Okay? So making sure that we are reducing the stress and then supporting that with some supportive nutrition. The last thing, don't train for an Ironman. Okay? Those things are pretty painful. Cycling and running. On a serious note though, the compression that happens every time we run, okay, is not particularly helpful for people with lower back issues. So just making sure that we're looking after that as well. So there's 7 different things, probably amongst others, that will help you with reducing stiffness, okay, and also not only identifying what they are, but helping you with some tools to actually take some action on that. So there you go. Hope that's useful.
Is that there?